Alright, so this is StoryLucent Development Vlog number 1, and today I wanted to just go ahead and overview development on the progress of my StoryLucent framework that I'm working on, the tools, and also the stories in development. Today I'm just going to go ahead and do a detailed walkthrough on Venn, Biblia, a Bible story. The first chapter is called In the Beginning. This is a planned, detailed visualization of the Bible itself using Unity engine and the StoryLucent framework that I've been developing. The StoryLucent framework is designed to allow a team as small as one member like myself to create dynamic stories. So I put a lot of work into it to make sure that work flows together. And I think that working on something such as the Bible has a great number of stories, and you have a lot of stories that have never been discovered, or stories that have been unknown to a lot of people out there. And if you're someone that has an interest in that, there's a lot of things that can be easily overlooked when you have something as overwhelmingly large as the Bible itself. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to be able to break down Bible stories in a medium that's easier to understand, perhaps in your hand, or on the desktop, or even in virtual reality. I think those are some awesome mediums to start learning things, and even doing things such as history. So I want to continue to share my journey as I attempt the daunting task of retelling the books of the Bible. Now, the next thing I wanted to take a look at here is the pretty much the concept work of it all. The character art design, that was huge for me. That was something I wanted to make sure just worked perfectly. Deciding how to artistically approach people of the Bible is very difficult. Initially, I had the concept as seen here, like on the screen. I knew I wanted it to be heavily inspired by the old drawn look of past storybooks I used to read when I was a kid. And I also wanted to avoid, like racial stigmas by using unrealistic characteristics. I didn't want to get in debates about, is so-and-so had black hair or long hair, or the skin of this person was this. I wanted to make sure that I avoid that and just get the whole foundation of the story itself in place. So at the same time, I wanted the characters to be recognizable in their faces and memorable. So the finalization came down to what I have here. This is Adam, a man created from God, and the first of mankind and native to Eden. So I really decided to stick with this for a few different reasons, this type of style. I really like the fact that I have a much larger face on the head to exaggerate emotions, things like that. I wanted things like his hair color is red. Obviously, you don't hear about Adam having red hair or anything like that, but I want to make sure that I kind of deviate from the details of the characteristics of the people of the story and focus more on the story itself. So the next character is Eve. This is the look that I'm going for, even deciding rather how I'm going to handle things like such as nudity, or if I'm going to even put it in there. I decided to handle it like a basic silhouette, but still with the skin there, and that's it overall. I have two slightly different looks here with Eve, but those are going to be the foundations of the characters themselves. The next thing I wanted to go ahead and talk about really quick is how I've been doing with environmental design with this. Now, one of the key things is that I wanted that sort of hand-drawn look. So this is a screenshot of the overall feel of the look. But what I'm going to do right now is switch this out here to Unity, so I can go ahead and show you the landscape designing I've been doing inside the 3D engine. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Unity here. And this is the landscape. I'm right now using Gaia to create the landscapes. It's a tool in Unity. This is the framework I use. I can change the color there so it's a little bit more vibrant when I switch to shading mode. But I'm pretty much designing the landscape really quick using height maps is what it's called, and then I'm populating the agriculture of the land using these clutter boxes. So they're really awesome because the clutter boxes themselves, I can regenerate the foliage, so I can delete it here and I can change the way that the foliage looks. So this is the type of work that I'm doing as far as development with the land itself. So if I grab the camera, I can go ahead and let's go ahead and lift the camera up a bit, and I can go ahead and just respawn and change the way the agriculture looks. So going back here, so that's pretty much what I'm working on from a landscaping perspective. We'll head back to the slide here. The last things I wanted to cover is that getting the characters to blend in with the environment itself was also another challenge. I had a few different looks. Here you'll see one. I'm still going to work on it to make sure that everything blends well and it doesn't feel like the characters stick out too much from the environment. And overall, the tools that I'm using right now is pretty much Gaia, Polybrush, and the color red. So we're going to continue forward there. Those are some tools that I'm using in Unity. If you ever decide to use Unity 3D from a landscaping perspective, Polybrush and Gaia are awesome. I'm going to admit that red was left from the template there, but I guess it fits into story somewhere, someplace. Yes, there will be red. The coding and development, right now I'm still working on StoryLucent. I finished the whole foundation framework of it. So now I can continue to show how the actual tool works and how a single member can go ahead and create an entire story, deliver it to an app, virtual reality, or desktop. The last thing here is you can follow the development itself. I'm going to be keeping development closely knit into the Trello for both the StoryLucent framework and for Venn Biblia. So for example, I'll go ahead and click on one of the links here and we'll open that up. And here's one of the Trellos here. It's public, so you can see what I'm working on currently, what I've completed. So whether you're interested in the tool or maybe just interested in where I'm at on development for the stories, you'll be able to see that. So that's it. Last thing here is I just wanted to say pretty much thank you for any type of support. If you have any feedback or questions about it, you can usually find me at StoryLucent on any type of social media. Right now I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or email me at starpack@live.com. So that's it for the vlog, first one here, and I'm out.